There is nothing more exciting in sports quite like two fierce rivals in peak condition going for a win. Whenever an athlete faces their rival, you can almost always expect the best, guaranteeing an epic clash. In track and field, there have been quite a few rivalries. Some friendly, some not so friendly, but all delivered classic performances that will remain ageless. For Allyson Felix and Veronica Campbell-Brown, this was no different. Their performances against each other helped them to become all-time greats in the sport. This is why we would like to spend time to take a look at exactly how this rivalry transformed these ladies into immortal sporting figures. In 2004, Allyson Felix, at the age of 18 years old, was focused on making her first Olympic team. This after making the U.S. team to France for the World Champs at 17, just a year earlier. She was one of the hottest names in the USA track and field, being the owner of the World Under-20 record, and was already national indoor champion over 200 meter. After 2 tough rounds, Felix made the final via a second-place finish in the semifinal.
Allyson Felix, she's only 18 years old. She already has been on the cover of Sports Illustrated. How about that at 18 years old?
Which made it a bit more shocking when fans in California saw her running away to win the national title, booking her spot on the team, and the right to call herself Olympian at a very young age.
Straight away with Tori Edwards holding the lead. Allyson Felix comes up to challenge, and on the inside, Muna Lee. Felix wins it.
Veronica was also an Olympian at the same age. When she made the Jamaican team to Sydney in 2000, she was a part of the 4x100 meter relay, which got a silver medal. This time though, she was heading to Athens as the fastest Jamaican woman over 100 and 200 meter, in what was truly the beginning of an elite-level pro career. 2 days after only managing to capture a bronze in the 100 meter final, focus was shifted on grabbing the crown in the half-lap event. An event she was better in. So was Allyson Felix, who despite being younger had a better personal best than Campbell-Brown. It was an eagerly anticipated event that in no way disappointed, as after 3 rounds, both women made it to the final unbeaten and on top. It was clear the gold medal was going to be between one of them. When the gun went off, it was game on. VCB went out like a rocket, overtaking everyone before they entered the straightaway. And despite a late charge by Felix, she could not summon the strength nor the speed to stop the Jamaicans' victory on the day. So Veronica left Athens triumphant. The two met for the second time 11 months later in Crystal Palace, the last race before the World Championships in Helsinki, where they were bound to meet again. This time, Felix got the victory, blazing to a 22.16 with an illegal tailwind. This momentum brought her through to the World Championships in Helsinki, where she would once again take down the Jamaican, who interestingly was competing in her first Senior World Championships. Meanwhile, Felix was at her second. This was an incredible win for a 19-year-old Felix, who now had the world in her hands. And surely, after defeating the Jamaican in 3 consecutive meetings at that point, was set to dominate. Which she did do, winning another world title in 21.81 seconds, the 3rd fastest time ran to win the World Championship. This made her extremely confident going into the 2008 Olympic Games, because now she was almost certain to grab that Olympic gold medal, given that she had beaten Veronica in every meeting over 200 meters since 2004. However, to the dismay of Allyson Felix, Veronica put on a performance of a lifetime to ruin Felix's Olympic dreams, going sub-22 for the first time in her career, once again holding the distinction as Olympic champion over 200 meter. This win motivated Veronica as she journeyed to Berlin to once again meet with Allyson in a highly anticipated race. She defended her territory at the Olympics. Now it was up to Allyson whether or not she could defend hers. It was supposed to be tough for the American, but she blew away the competition, winning her third world title in the same event.
الصراع الكبير هناك الدخول فيليكس نعم أليسون فيليكس.
The third win meant she had the most world titles in the 200 meter, surpassing Merlene Ottey, who had 2. After a long while, the two met once again at the world stage in 2011 at the World Championships.
Sense of anticipation for this women's 200 meters final.
This was Felix's territory. She had her fellow countrywoman to worry about, Carmelita Jeter. Jeter was 31 years old, but was faster than ever. As a matter of fact, faster than everyone. She was the fastest woman alive. Earlier at the World Championships, she won Shelly Ann Fraser-Price to capture the 100-meter world title. And now, she was looking at taking the 200-meter title too. Felix was still the star of the show though, because she was the reigning champion. When the gun went though, VCB went off the curve like a rocket, leading on the straight. Jeter passed her momentarily, but then she pushed harder through the line to win her first ever world title.
And Campbell-Brown, is she away? But here comes Jeter, and Jeter's getting right back, and also there is Felix, but no, it's going to be Campbell-Brown. Campbell-Brown wins it, silver for Jeter, bronze for Felix, and Veronica Campbell-Brown, this brilliant Jamaican athlete, has done it again. Twice the Olympic champion, 4 times the Jamaican Sportswoman of the Year. She might have a 5th now after that.
An emotional moment for the Jamaican sprinter, who surely now cemented a legendary status. Felix unfortunately finished 3rd, losing at the World Championships for the first time since 2003. The loss was just what Felix needed, because it lit a fire in the athlete, and in 2012, we saw a version of Felix that seemed unstoppable. On June 30th, 2012, she destroyed Jeter in the 200 meter, running away with the national title in 21.69 seconds, which at the time made her the 4th fastest woman in the event's history. Indeed, she felt unbeatable, but she knew quite well she was never too invincible with VCB still around on the Olympic stage.
The Beijing Olympics, the 200 meters, up against your old enemy, Jamaica's Veronica Campbell. You lose by, I don't want to say this to you again, it's going to hurt you too much. You ran 21.93 in the 200 meter final. She ran 21.74. Yes. This is 0.17 of a second. How many times have you relived that 0.17 of a second?
I feel like every day since then, I'm always thinking about it at practice, just all the time. I don't want to get that thought out of my head because it does motivate me, but it's tough.
However, she proved she was indeed in unbeatable shape over 200 meter when she took off from a stacked 200 meter field to run through the line in 21.88, sealing her first ever Olympic title in the event. After 12 years of waiting, finally, she had the gold at the show of shows. And she too could now rest assured her status as a legend was confirmed. VCB in that race finished 4th, failing to get a medal, but still quite a valiant performance by the legend. That was the last time the two met with a medal on the line in the event. The last meeting was in June 2016, where neither of them won, the first time that had ever happened since their first clash in 2004. It was an incredible journey. They pushed each other to achieve feats at the highest level. For almost an entire decade, they fought for titles. This is exactly what rivalry in sports is about, and surely, now having dominated in their time, continue to inspire the future generations.